There are a lot of units in Conqueror's Blade. Figuring out how to play each unit can be challenging. To help with this, players usually classify units. The classification at a glance gives you an idea of how the unit can be played, as well as what units it can trade off with. This video will be the start in a series of covering the different roles that I will be using from here on out to classify units. As you can tell from this video title, we are starting with the roles for ranged units in the game. As a disclaimer, the units that I put in these roles are not hard set. Some units can fill multiple roles, especially Golden Era units. With that in mind, they are classified with the roles that I believe they fit best with for a basic guideline. As you play them, you may find that you prefer to use them as a different role. With that aside, let's get started. For ranged units in the game, I tend to break them into 3 roles with a special 4th role mentioned. The 3 primary roles are line breakers, wall breakers, and precision disruption. Line breakers are units that set up kill zones or area of denial zones. These units specialize in dealing high damage in a short time frame. They tend to lay waste to units that are not defended behind a shield wall formation, though most of them will still offer some penetration versus shield units. These units should be used behind a defensive formation pointed towards choke points or defensive points. Some prime examples of this role are the Imperial Arquebusiers, Siphonari, and Rattan Marksmen. I have put all the units I classify in this role on the screen for you. As you can tell, this is mostly all of the musket units. The high damage and sustained fire they offer plays a large part in holding down a kill zone. Wall breakers are units that destroy enemy positions. These units usually support an attack or defense position by destroying enemy shield units. They generally do less damage than line breaker units, but with high penetration or shield break. These are the Domain Crossbowmen, Domain Arbalists, and Pavis Crossbowmen. They have a high penetration and shield break, but with their low damage versus the line breakers, they cannot create a momentary high damage kill zone. Precision disruption units pick off squishy units behind cover or in hard to reach areas. These units generally have low defense and damage, but very high range. They lay down cover fire for your team or pinpointed fire on enemy rear support. This is all of the archer units in the game, with the notable entry of Falconetti gunners. These units need to be constantly moved and managed due to the low defense, making them prime for counter fire. With that aside, a precision unit that is well placed can lay waste to enemy support units in their backfield. Due to their range and squishy nature, precision units are easier to use for ranged warlords, as you can still support your team while moving with your units. The special mention role is the Skirmisher role. This role is a combination of melee and ranged units. The units in this role specialize in close range, high damage ranged attacks. They generally have low ammo, high damage attacks that can harass and pick off enemy units and warlords. Javelin units are the main units in this role, with the Zakalian militia added in. These units tend to get in close, get their harassment in, and run out to reload. Utilizing units in this role is about being a constant thorn in the side of your opponent. This will force them to think twice about pushing forward towards you. I hope this video gave you a look at the roles that I will be using to classify units from here on out. Let me know in the comments if you use these units in this way or prefer to use a unit in a different way. I also want to thank Nightmuse for their help with the roles and unit assignments for this video. With that, until next time, I'll see you on the battlefield.